I'm about to only eat Olive Garden for 5 days. Oh, hi. Oh, wow. Is this your garden? I can tell by the smell you're growing onions. Wow, it's a full onion garden. Who's your main customer, the Grinch? I do have a garden too. I exclusively grow olives. It's an Olive Garden. I grow calamara, pimento, and I pinch them to get the oils out. Olive oil as well. So it's really cool. But have fun with your onion fest, your BO party. Oh, stinking. In today's video, I'm gonna be eating at Olive Garden. This is her right here for 5 days straight. Wow, I really can't relate to that last word. Oh. From pasta to more pasta, I'm gonna be taste testing most of the menu. I'll be eating 2 big meals a day, so brunch and dinner. That is 10 Olive Garden meals overall. It might sound like a lot, but I can handle it, guys. Look at me. Look at this. Who even is this? This piece of man meat. I never thought I could be this, but here I am. Within those 10 meals, I'll be trying all the appetizers, all the desserts, and most of the entrees. So think of this video as a big Olive Garden menu guide from the perspective of little old me. Just a humble human being with the taste buds of a god. But guys, I have to be honest. I do have a little secret, and it's not the deodorant. I hate olives. I think they're disgusting, and I've said this before on my channel. I think they taste like tires. Yes, car tires. I'm talking Mitsubishi. I'm talking Chevrolet. You might be thinking, Timmy, have you taste tested a car tire? Of course I haven't. This isn't TLC, but I've smelled them, and olives taste like how car tires smell. It's just science. Hold on, the sun is beaming on my camera. I'm just gonna take it over here to the shade. Hey. Ooh! I'll be scoring each meal from 1 to 10, and you're gonna get my honest, raw, prosciutto-filled opinions. And I'm also gonna be keeping track of all the money I spend on these 10 meals, and it's probably gonna be a lot, guys. Olive Garden is pricey, which is kind of shocking because seeds aren't pricey, water's not pricey, sunlight's not pricey, and that's all it takes to run a garden, so I don't get it. Anyways, before we start, give this video a big thumbs up if you're enjoying it. It's the easiest and most simple way to support me and my dainty career. Also subscribe. I make food content, restaurant food, cruise food. I travel now. I'm a jet setter, so subscribe. Oh! Today is Monday, so let's start the week by looking up the definition of macaroni. Macaroni is a type of pasta that is shaped like a narrow tube. It is usually cut into short lengths, and curved macaroni is sometimes called elbow macaroni. Wow, so when macaroni gets mad at the other pastas, she says, spaghetti, get away from me, get out of here, snip it, zip it, snip it. So during my Chili's challenge, I had to go inside every time and pick up my food, right? But at Olive Garden, they're a little bougier, and they have these parking spots. It's called OG to go. OG? Original? That's not very original, Olive Garden. I'm sorry. You just park here and then you check. Who is Olive Garden's calling me? Give me a second, I'm scared. Oh my gosh, guys, it was just the employees saying that they're gonna bring it out soon. They didn't have to do that. It was so thoughtful. This is a great start to the week. I feel like Olive Garden and me, we're gonna be like 2 olives in an olive branch, you know, just attached by the tree's hip. So yeah, they're gonna bring the food out to me, and I was gonna pick spot number 1 because number 1's the best, right? But I chose to park in spot number 2 because number 1 is next to a bush, and I don't wanna make the employee walk into a bush just to hand me my food. So as you can see, the thoughtfulness goes both ways. This is a very healthy relationship already. For my Monday lunch, I got minestrone soup. It looks very unappetizing, to be honest. It looks kind of nasty, but we're gonna try it. I also got chicken fettuccine alfredo. Very pretty, very nice. And I also got the breadsticks, of course, because they're free, along with the soup. The soup was free too. And this gorgeous pumpkin cookie butter limited edition cheesecake. Ooh. I'm also tipping 15% every single takeout meal. I know that people have different opinions on it, but I still want to tip because they are putting all the stuff into the bag for me super nicely. And I don't know, I would feel bad if I didn't, so that's it. What do we think of my first feast? I did go kind of simple, chicken alfredo, minestrone, cheesecake, breadsticks, you know, just to kind of let my palate get used to the Olive Garden flavors and just ease myself into this very authentic Italian week of feasting. I just noticed that my order says Alvarez Timoth. What'd you call me? A moth? Is it because I have a hairy back too? Ooh, Diet Coke tastes good. Come on, Olive Garden. This tastes like authentic Italian Diet Coke. It has some oregano in it. Okay, let's first try a breadstick. We've all had Olive Garden's breadsticks, but like I said, it's a palate cleansing moment, so let's cleanse it. I feel like we all put up with Olive Garden's breadsticks because they're free and they're bread, so they're good enough, but they're not great breadsticks. There's much better breadsticks out there. Even Pizza Hut's breadsticks are much better. Olive Garden's, even though they are very fresh and nice and hot, do have a chewy texture, and I'm more into a fluffy breadstick, a breadstick that serves cloud and not hardened dirt. There's also a, what did I just say, hardened dirt, what? The silver lining here is the flavor. Olive Garden's breadsticks are brushed with either some sort of delicious oil or butter, and then obviously they are sprinkled with garlic powder. And we love garlic powder here. It adds flavor to all things that it sits upon, so that's definitely helpful, but still, I just feel like these are very mediocre. They are. Oh, by the way, what do you guys think of my shirt? It's giving Barilla. It's giving Mueller's, you know, all the pasta brands. And it says 100% al dente. Well, that's what they want me to be. They want me to conform to the other pastas, but I don't want to be al dente. I want to be soggy. It is time for the minestrone. Welcome to Olive Garden. Wow. So I see a lot of vegetables. I don't think I've ever had Olive Garden's minestrone soup because of all the vegetables. You guys know I like some vegetables. I like Brussels sprouts. I love asparagus, even though it makes me stink. But I see zucchini. Zucchini is a member of the squash family, and we don't know them. They're squashed. I see tomato. I see beans, different types of beans, and I see noodles. Okay, let's try it. Okay. Delicious. That's a lot better than I expected. I do feel like it's a very simple soup. The broth tastes like vegetable broth and some tomato paste, and that's basically it. I don't taste much seasoning, but on a nice cold day, I feel like this could be comforting. I think the beans really are the main star here. There's a strong bean flavor, so just be prepared to release a whole lot of air later if you eat this. The zucchini doesn't add flavor, which is good. I don't like zucchini. It just adds sort of like a kind of mushy texture, which actually is a nice contrast to the beanie texture. The tomatoes add a bit of freshness, but it's very simple. I'm okay with it. You know what's funny? I always felt like the name minestrone sounded like an instrument name, right? Like, imagine someone saying to you,
"What do you play?" "I play the cello." "Yeah, it's like a big guitar. It's really cool."
And then you're like, wow, I play minestrone.
"Oh, how do you play that?"
You slurp it up. Then you chew it. Okay, bring on the chicken Alfredo. This looks delicious. Oh. We have some grated Parmesan. Oh, fresh from Sicily, apparently. It doesn't say that. It's packed by Sugar Foods Corporation in New York. Wow. Ooh, smells like a foot. You know, this is better than I expected. A lot of the times Alfredo sauces have no flavor. When I say no flavor, I mean they taste like cream fresh from the cow and that's it. This surprisingly has some flavor. It's not the best Alfredo ever, but there's something there. Even without the Parmesan cheese, the sauce itself does have a Parmesan-y flavor. It isn't super strong and sharp, but it's noticeable, and that's impressive. It's also salty enough. And the chicken, while being very simple, does taste real, and it does have a nice sort of slightly baked flavor to the edges of it, which is nice. Is this a super delicious Alfredo? No, but I feel like it's delicious adjacent. Well, that's a big word for me. Whoa. How do I even spell that? Jason Derulo. This is why I'm a world-renowned YouTuber, guys, because I get it, you know? I'm gonna pause on this so we can try our dessert. What was it called again? Pumpkin cookie butter cheesecake. Girlies, the Olive Garden CEO said, I don't want just cheesecake, and I don't want just pumpkin. I also don't want just cookies or butter. I want all of them all at once, like Michelle Yeoh's movie. Wow, the CEO is so quirky, guys. Giada is crazy. You can't take her anywhere. Let's see that texture. Je m'appelle. Ooh, Italia. So I'm assuming the cookie butter basically is the crust, and then we have the pumpkin layer and the cheesecake layer. Okay. Oh, cookie, butter, cheesecake, pumpkin, pie, everything. That is just gorgeous. That is America's Next Top cheesecake, pumpkin pie, and cookie butter. They're all winners. So first of all, the texture is so fluffy. It is such a creamy cheesecake, and it's somehow fluffy without being airy, and it's creamy without being heavy. Adore the cheesecake layer. It tastes like classic cheesecake. The pumpkin cheesecake layer is, I think, where all the fluffiness is, and it has that classic pumpkin pie flavor, but just lighter. So it still lets that cream cheese cheesecake flavor shine. I think my only critique is that the crust does have a processed aftertaste for some reason. It just reminds me of one of those like store-bought crusts that you just put a cheesecake mix in. You know what I mean? It tastes like that, but just more greasy. And then the cookie butter swirl on top tastes just like cookie butter. Like, I love this besides the crust. Fantastic. I have to say my first Olive Garden meal was a success. I'm gonna eat more right now. I think I'm gonna give it a nice 7 out of 10 because nothing was perfect, but it was all pretty good, you know? For my Monday dinner, I got the fried mozzarella with a little cup of marinara. Look how pretty they are all lined up like that. It's giving the America's Next Top Model elimination photo where they fade away. I also got the 5 cheese ziti al forno, which looks like a blob of Last of Us mold. Zaddy Pedro, help. I also got the iconic Olive Garden salad and fresh Italian donuts with raspberry dipping sauce. Ooh. This is not the best lighting. Is that better? Oh, that's better. So first of all, I'm feeling great. Thank you for asking. I really have processed lunch. I don't feel bloated. I don't feel full. I feel ready to eat my dinner. Even though it's only 4-something p.m. and the sun is already going down thanks to Miss Daylight Saving Time. She said, it's gonna get dark. It's gonna get real dark. You better watch out. She's kind of twisted. Also, you guys may have noticed that I'm not using my little side table anymore because when I used it in my Chili's video, I got a lot of comments saying, Timmy, that looks so wobbly and you put soup on it. It made me super anxious. I can't handle this. And I never want to stress my girlies out. So we are not using that anymore. Anyways, let's make our little free salad. Wait, guys, I forgot. Olive Garden does serve olives. I'm just gonna avoid them. It's fine. I've had this Italian salad before. Ooh, it's one of the best salads out there. It's very simple, but there's something about Olive Garden's dressing. It's just pure magic. Also, I wanted something a little bit healthy, a little bit of greens, you know? Oh! Have you guys ever seen such a ravenous horse in your life? Come on, peppercini. Let's go. Oh. She was cosplaying as Elsa. If you've never had an Olive Garden salad, basically, it's just the freshest veggies and the most delicious seasoned croutons with the most perfect acidic sour vinaigrette. It's so refreshing. It's like eating sunshine. Just perfection. By the way, guys, I am currently at a different Olive Garden because when I do these 5-day restaurant challenges, I don't want to go to the same place over and over because then the employees are going to start to recognize me and it's going to get awkward. So I'm currently at a very touristy Orlando Olive Garden. People keep passing by in front of me. Hi, guys. Yeah, it's me, a real life Disney influencer. Oh, you're taking pictures. Okay, yeah, see? Real life mukbanger. Love it. Thank you guys. XOXO. Gossip Girl. Oh, hey. There's a man right next to me. For real this time. Oh, he has a wife. Yeah, okay. Next up, let's try the fried mozzarella. A couple weeks ago, I had Chili's Nashville hot mozzarella sticks and they changed my life. Anyways, let's see how these are. What is going on? Oh my gosh, she had a whole dumpster stuck to her. When I first bit into one of these, I thought to myself, that tastes a little basic. That tastes a little anticlimactic. But then the marinara sauce kicked in. It somehow really elevated these mozzarella sticks. They do have a slight frozen mozzarella stick flavor. Something about the breading does taste a little bit processed, but the cheese on the inside does taste pretty fresh and it does taste pretty salty. And it does have that classic mozzarella tang, you know? So they're good enough. But this marinara tastes so fresh. It has full chunks of vine-ripened tomatoes from Sicily, probably just like the Parmigiano Reggiano from earlier. It's just so bright and tart. If stomping on grapes in the Italian sunlight in the vineyards, if that action had a flavor, it would taste like this. You might be thinking, Timmy, it would taste like wine. No, it would taste like a vine-ripened tomato sauce. Marinara at Olive Garden. That's what it would taste like. That sauce saved the mozzarella sticks. You all need to thank her, all 4 of you. This is the 5 cheese al forno, whatever, what's it called? 5 cheese ziti al forno. I kind of love that there's 5 cheeses. It's like Fifth Harmony if they were a pasta dish. What cheeses are in the 5 cheese al forno at Olive Garden? Alfredo? Alfredo's not a cheese. Since when is he a cheese? He's just the man that made a sauce. Mozzarella, fontina, romano, and parmesan. I also got little sausages on it, so that's exciting. Okay, I'm just gonna first try the noodles and then the sausage. What just happened? No, no sausage. A lot of sausage. Oh! Okay, so first of all, I love ziti. I think it's such a fun shaped noodle. It's pretty gaping, so it can hold a lot of sauce. I think the sauce itself is good, but it's nothing amazing. It reminds me a lot of if you took the ricotta and the different cheeses from lasagna and you mixed them with the actual lasagna meat sauce and it became one sauce. It tastes like that. So it's pretty good. If you like a basic lasagna flavor, you'll love this. Okay, the sun went away. Thank you. You will never outshine me again. Oh my gosh, how did the sun just pull my hair? Imagine someone just saw that. Oh my gosh, please, just look away, everyone. The sausage is actually fantastic. It has a perfect snappy sausage texture. We always talk about the snap. Thanos is the best sausage maker in town, and all of his sausages that he makes have a really good snap to them. And the flavor is just classic, really strong Italian sausage. It almost has the flavor of like spicy Italian sausage without the heat, if that makes sense. Just delicious. Give me more. I'm gonna pause on this. Let's focus on dessert. So these are fried Italian donuts. I don't know what makes them different compared to American donuts. Maybe they're from a Dunkin' that is located in Italy. They smell truly incredible. And they had me choose between 2 sauces, raspberry sauce and chocolate sauce. I chose raspberry sauce because you guys know I live a very healthy lifestyle and raspberries are a fruit, you know? Fruit versus Hershey's bar. Which one did the earth make? These are questions you need to ask yourself if you're wanting to be a vegan, right? Oh, wow, look at this raspberry sauce. That looks so rich and goopy. I'm gonna first try it without the sauce and then with. Enchanté, mademoiselle. Ooh. Oh wow, those are good, strong donuts. They're so strong they could lift me up. They are simple, let's just be frank. I can't even lick that, I can't reach it. Let's just be frank, they are simple, but they taste freshly fried. The dough tastes like it was freshly risen. I really love the texture of the granulated grains of sugar that are coating it. I think when it comes to donuts, granulated sugar is a little bit better than powdered sugar because powdered sugar gets messy. It always makes me look like I just ate a bag of flour and I don't want to look dusty. This raspberry sauce is so tart. It's very sour, but it's also a little bit sweet just to balance that out. And the texture is almost like chocolate syrup. It is such a rich texture and it just perfectly coats the donuts. I adored those. Those are incredible. I think dinner was mostly a sleigh. So I'm giving this meal a nice strong 8 out of 10. I am ready for day 2 tomorrow. Tuesday. Let's look up orzo pasta. I've always found orzo to be very interesting. Or is it? Orzo is a shortcut pasta that is shaped like a large grain of rice. It is also known as rizzoni or pastina. Girl. This is a boring description. I'm gonna give it my own description. Orzo pasta looks like a seed or bird food. It was used in the popular 1902 film Mary Poppins, where they fed the pigeons orzo pasta because they thought they were seeds. And Mary said, girl, I'm sorry, but I don't think those pigeons can process all that carb. Why don't you give them a spoonful of sugar to help it go down? How about that? I think that's a good plan. Hi, future editing Timmy here. Filming Timmy once again messed up
Everything.
He forgot to film a close-up shot of this meal. So thanks to his irresponsibility and lack of common sense and brain cells as well, you guys are not gonna see the food up close. How can someone be so incompetent and have just a few living hair follicles left? Pick a struggle filming Timmy. Day 2. Ooh. I'm so hungry. I'm so ready to eat. I haven't had breakfast, obviously, because Olive Garden doesn't serve breakfast. So I'm feeling a little shaky. Oh. By the way, do you like my shirt? What do we think? It says, queens are named Giada. And I just really love it because, as you guys know, Giada De Laurentiis is one of my best friends. And she is a queen. She's the queen of Italia. It's right next to Italy. And I'm the queen of Genovia. So we have a lot of responsibilities and we sometimes get overwhelmed. So we really relate on that level. But also, she's just such a fun friend. She loves to party, get crazy. Anyways, let's try this zuppa. What'd I just say? Zuppa Toscana. What does that mean, by the way? No, zuppa, not zupo. Danny Zupo. I don't think this has lightning in it, but it definitely has grease. Zuppa Toscana. So it translates to Tuscan soup. Who would have thought? It has heavy cream. It has some sausage, kale, potato. Oh. Okay, that is good. I think it's better than the minestrone. The main flavor here is sausage. The broth has really taken on that sausage flavor, and I love that. The kale is fine in this. I don't mind kale, but I really dislike when people leave the stems, the kale stems, in soups and things like that, because when you chew on a stem, it is quite unpleasant. It is not a fun experience. It actually takes me back to a past life. I actually used to be a giraffe in a local zoo. It was actually in Miami about 30 years ago, right before I was born. And people used to feed me palm tree leaves. They would feed me, oh, I can't even think about it. Oh my God. They would feed me celery. Ooh. I don't want to relive that, you know? I love the potatoes. They are really tender and they have the skins on them, so they feel very natural. It just overall needs a little more sausage flavor just to make it really pop, and a little more salt. It's not salty enough. And I know soups are already like 99% sodium, but I say make it 100. Might as well at this point. But it's pretty good. Yeah, I enjoy it. Now it's time for the raviola. I got 2 lunch portions right here. The ravioli and the chicken parm. Both honestly feel heavy. They feel like they're gonna be filling, and they were half the price, and they still came with a free soup or salad. I got an extra salad to take home to Tammy. Tammy, my wonderful wife of 92 years, she loves an Olive Garden salad because typically she's only eating like bologna sandwiches, you know, because that's what I buy her from the store. And she always says to me,
hubby, you think maybe one of these days I can go and film one of your YouTuber videos with you so I can eat some of that delicious food?
And I tell her, Tammy, I'm a one-man show. And I got you Oscar Mayer bologna. Like, that is on brand. Is that not enough for you? And she says,
ow, no, I just got kind of sick of the gelatin texture.
So I think this is gonna be such a nice surprise for her. She's gonna be so happy. A salad just for you, my love of my life. Oh, from the day I met you, Tammy, I knew you were gonna make me the happiest ma'am on earth. Anyways, let's try this cheese ravioli. How many raviolis are there? 1, 3, I think 5 or 6, but they're pretty big and there's a lot of meat sauce as well. I chose meat sauce because this has marinara sauce and I wanted to try both. Oh, that's so good. The meat sauce is fantastic. There's so much ground beefy flavor in there, but it's not like greasy ground beef flavor. It's like fresh, clean ground beef. And it has more of a rich, almost caramelized flavor compared to like normal marinara. And then the ravioli itself is really tender and it's filled with delicious cheesy paste, but it's not that kind of gritty, super kind of cottage cheesy, ricotta-y type of paste. This is much more smooth and much more ooey gooey. I was impressed by the gooiness of this filling. Here, wait, look, let me show you. Look at this, besties. There is no grittiness. It's just salty cheesiness. It almost tastes like a mozzarella stick, to be honest, which is so impressive. Delectable, delicious. Chef Boyardee could never. It is now time for the chicken parm. Let's try the marinara with the noodles. Meh. Meh. This spaghetti tastes like spaghetti. The marinara, I think, is the same marinara that was used with the mozzarella sticks. And for some reason, it tasted a lot more potent with the mozzarella sticks. When it's just on spaghetti, it does taste kind of like a Prego or a ragugu. It's just kind of basic and tame, but I really love it as a dip. And the spaghetti itself is spaghetti, it's flowy. This is my impression of a noodle. Whoa! Oh my God, I'm getting slurped up so quick. Now let's try the chicken parm. This is a hefty piece of chicken. It has tons of cheese on it. Wow, that is the best thing I've tried so far at Olive Garden. The breading is so crispy, and it truly has a classic fried chicken flavor. It almost reminds me of like Chick-fil-A or KFC. This is like if Colonel Mustard at KFC said, Buongiorno, you know? This is his product, Giottified. The cheese is really salty. It's in a very thick layer, and the marinara here tastes fantastic. I think the marinara needs to be paired with cheese. I think that the cheese really salts it up and just makes it taste more vibrant and exciting. Love the chicken parm so much. I think this lunch mostly ate. I'm gonna give this meal a nice strong 9 out of 10. Oh! For my Tuesday dinner, I got this healthy, light margarita chicken with pesto and broccoli. And I also got a mac and cheese kids meal with French fries, polar opposites. And I also got this black tie mousse cake for dessert. Okay, so I got the kids meal because I did not know Olive Garden even made fries. I just didn't think that you could grow olives and potatoes in the same garden. Like, don't they need different soils and stuff and different minerals? I also have never tried Olive Garden's mac and cheese, so, because it's a kid's straw, we have a joint. We have an elbow. Oh, macaroni's gonna act up again, girlies. Also, the kids' meal came with this tiny little drink. It's so tiny, it's gonna hydrate like one of my arms, and that's it. Let's first try an Olive Garden fry. Oh! I've had so much pasta for the past 2 days, I've missed other food. This is really exciting for me. That one tasted weird. That one tasted rotten. Okay, that was weird, but the rest of the fries are surprisingly good. They are simple, but they're really crispy on the outside. They don't taste oily. They're perfectly salted, and they're fluffy on the inside. They're great. That's so different for Olive. Oh, guys, I think it's time to call Giada. I have to show her my shirt. I have to show her the food because a lot of people don't know this, but Giada is the current CEO of Olive Garden. She only tells close friends, though, like me, so keep a secret. Beep, bop, boop, Giada De Laurentiis Bella. Giada!
Timmy, it's been too long.
Bestie, I've missed you. Look at my shirt.
Oh my goodness.
Queens are named Giada. What do you think?
I love it, because I'm the queen of and you're the queen of Genovia.
I know, it's so cute. I love it so much. Look at your food right now. It looks really good, girl.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, it does actually look very good. All those years on the Food Network paid off, sis.
You're a boss. You're a boss, Giada.
Timmy, have you tried the shrimp candy yet?
What?
I said the shrimp candy.
The what?
The crustacean on the boss. That's the shrimp candy.
What?
The shrimp candy.
Oh, no, but I'm gonna try it this week for sure, bestie.
Okay, awesome.
Love you so much.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, I love her. Let's try the mac and cheese now. They are in the shape of shells. It doesn't have a lot of flavor. And I know you're thinking, Timmy, you cannot critique the flavors on the kids' menu. It isn't supposed to have any flavor because, kids like plain food. I can critique whatever I want, and I'm gonna drag it. No, okay, it isn't bad, but I do feel like it's a very lackluster mac and cheese in the sense that it kind of tastes like Velveeta shells, like with that golden fake processed cheese sauce, but less flavorful. So it's just a super light cheesy flavor. It does have It does have a nice creamy texture, but I expected better. I did. But it's not bad. I keep eating it. Let's try the broccoli that came with the margarita chicken. It is sort of in a pool of liquid. I mean, guys, this is Florida. It's always hot out. I understand if the broccoli wants to take a little dip. It's fine. I was expecting the most flavorless plant on this crust of earth, but this is some of the best restaurant broccoli I've had. I'm not sure if it's because it is sitting in the chicken sauce. It might be because of that, but the sauce is so lemony and it has a white wine flavor to it as well. So there's that richness from the wine with the brightness from the lemon. It's salty. It's a little Parmesan-y. It is so delicious. Now let's try the chicken. So this is like one of their more healthy items. If you don't want pasta, you can get this dish, but it's still coated in cheese and pesto and tomatoes. That is surprisingly good. A lot of these restaurants like to have a light menu, but you know that a lot of those light items don't have a lot of flavor. This has the same amount of flavor, if not more, as all the little trashy dumpster junk food items. I swear. I think my one complaint is that the chicken's a little rubbery. Might be a little bit overcooked. That's okay, people make mistakes. I forgive them, because that's what the big man upstairs would want. But the chicken has a really nice seared flavor to it. And then this mozzarella with this pesto, parmesan-y, lemony mixture on top is just like a flavor firework in the back of my throat, just hitting my uvula. It is somehow rich and refreshing at the same time, which is the best combination. So this is fantastic. Also, I just realized that Chili's also has margarita chicken on their menu. It's kind of awkward. That's like when two people show up at an award show in the same dress. I have to say, I think Olive Garden won the best dressed competition. And last but not least, we have, what was this thing called again? Black tie mousse cake. Oh. Ooh. Oh. I have never laid my eyes on a dessert in such a stunning tuxedo.
Oh, Bella, I have never seen such a beautiful YouTuber. Look at that smile.
Stop
so
it.
lovely. Oh, you smell like you've been eating Olive Garden for 3 days.
So I don't know what this is really, besides the fact that it's mousse. It seems to have 2 layers of mousse, one vanilla, one chocolate, and then a layer of cake underneath and some sort of ganache on top. Wow. I can't stop. Ah, that is so good. And I'm not just saying that because he complimented me. Honestly, the bottom layer is a perfectly moist, classic, rich chocolate cake. And then the middle layer is a very light chocolate mousse. It's barely sweet, and it's honestly not that chocolatey. It's just more moussey, you know? And then the top layer, I think, is cheesecake. And the cheesecake really adds that tartness, and the tartness just kind of elevates the chocolate cake flavor. Also, the ganache is in a very thin layer, so it's not overly rich. Guys, ganache is very messy. If you put a little too much, it can absolutely ruin a dessert. It can destroy it. It's a dessert destroyer, but not today. It's in the perfect amount. Somehow all the layers feel so cohesive and they go together perfectly. It's such a satisfying bite. Adore this. So dinner kind of ate. Listen, the mac and cheese could have been better, but I think everything else was absolutely perfect. So I'm still gonna give it a 10 out of 10. Oh yes, incredible. See you guys tomorrow, Wednesday. Yes, I did park next to this Cybertruck, just in case if I need to heat up my food. Guys, it looks like a microwave, does it not? Okay, what should we look up? Let's do cavatappi. You know, I don't even need to look up the definition of cavatappi. I know what kind of a pasta it is. It can tap. Okay, I'm getting in the car. For my Wednesday lunch, I got the meatball parmigiana appetizer. Looks so appetizing. And I got a lunch portion of lasagna, and for dessert, a strawberry cream cake. As you guys know, I live in a very magical place, probably the most magical place on earth, Orlando. But the thing about Orlando is that it's covered in knockoff Disney stores. There's so many, and I'm currently parked next to one because the shade is eating, and I did not want to overheat. But I typically don't go to these stores because they can be a little bit shady. Oh, we're in the shade. I don't know, I just feel like the slogan of these stores should be come for the magic and possibly leave with nothing. Because you might get robbed, sis. Watch your back, Mickey's right around the corner. Also, look at my shirt, guys. It says got gout. And I wore it because, you know, pepperonis, Olive Gardenia. It's all very similar. And I don't think I've ever told the story on my channel. Correct me if I'm wrong. But in case you don't know, I've had the gout. It was a dark and stormy day, and I was on a diet, and I found these turkey pepperonis. They were low in calorie, high in flavor. So I ate them throughout the day as a snack. I would microwave them to get them all crispy, almost like pepperoni bacon. I had 20 between breakfast and lunch, 20 between breakfast and dinner, and 20 after dinner as well. Yes. I had 60 turkey pepperonis. 60! There's a reason why 6 is the big man downstairs' favorite number. I woke up in the middle of the night My foot felt broken, destroyed, and demolished. It was all swollen, and I truly thought it snapped in my sleep. Did I kick something? Did my sleep paralysis demon attack me? I just wasn't sure. So I Googled it, and it turns out it was the gout. So yeah, I did got gout, but thankfully it hasn't come back because I'm very careful with my pepperoni intake. Wow, that was such a personal story, and I think it was the first time I've ever told it. Anyways, let's eat. Let's try these meatballs. So this is an appetizer. It's called meatball, I think meatball parmigiana or something. They're trying to take chicken's branding, which is messed up. Come on, women need to support women. It has 5 meatballs, marinara sauce, and cheese. A keto person's dream. I have to be honest though, it kind of smells sort of like dog food, like canned dog food. It's kind of giving like Iams or Purina. I forgot how good Olive Garden's meatballs are. They might have a canine cuisine aroma, but they don't taste like that. Does it taste like a super fresh meatball? Not completely. There is a hint of kind of frozen meatball flavor, but it's just a hint. Otherwise, it has such an amazing ground beef, salty, Parmesan cheesy flavor. The Parmesan cheese really comes through within the meatball itself. It also has classic Italian seasoning flavors, you know? But one of the best things about this meatball is the texture. Meatball textures are very hit or miss. Sometimes they can be too mushy. They can have too much stuff in them, like too many breadcrumbs, and it just changes, the whole texture gets kind of nasty and vile as well. And then sometimes they're overcooked and they're rubbery. This is perfect. It has the perfect ground beefy bite to it, and it's tender without being mushy. The marinara tastes great with it, and the cheese adds a lot of saltiness. I just want to thank the inventor of the meatball. Who was he? Or she? It's 2024. It could have been a girl boss. Who invented
The meatball.
The origins of meatballs are debated, so we don't know. Whoever it was, they looked at a cow and they said, I think you would look better as a little ball. I'm gonna pause on this. Now let's try the lasagna. Now this is a lunch-sized lasagna. It was half the price, which is great, but it just looks small to me. It looks extra small. I feel like the lunch size should be a little bit bigger than this. I'm sorry. I feel like Thumbelina would look at this and say, whoa, I can split that up and meal prep that for 2 weeks. But I'm not Thumbelina. I'm Toalina, ingrown Toalina. Anyways, let's try it. Yeah. It's good. It doesn't taste like homemade lasagna, but it's fine. It's very salty, has a lot of cheeses, a lot of ricotta. Love the meat sauce once again. It also has the perfect lasagna texture. It's not too wet, it's not too dry. It's almost cakey when you sink your fork into it, so we love that. But there is a slight brown sugar fermented flavor to it that just makes it taste so much less fresh. I don't know what it is. It's just a hint of brown sugar raisin, like in the background, you know? And brown sugar raisin is not the flavor that I typically look for when my taste buds are investigating a dish. It's just not. It's a sad surprise, but it's not a bad lasagna. It's still good. When I was ordering this meal, I was expecting to be a little more slayed by this lasagna, and I actually wrote a song for it just in case if it did slay me. It goes a little something like this. Love, lasagna, your layers are delicate and your flavors just perfectly fit into my stomach. Anyways, it is time for dessert. It's the strawberry cake. So it has a layer of cake, a layer of some sort of a cream, and then more cake, and then strawberries. Okay. Ooh. That looks like cheesecake in the center. Is it? That was not cheesecake in the middle. It's just a very, very, very thick whipped cream. That is incredible. That is the quintessential perfect strawberry shortcake. The cake itself is so fluffy and simple, but it doesn't have the same basicness that like an angel food cake has. It is still sweet and moist and rich. The whipped cream is so thick, slightly sweetened. There's people, oh my gosh, is that my cousin? Amanda Sue! Amanda Sue! She looks so good, but I don't think she heard me. Oh my gosh. I feel like strawberries are the most confident fruit, besides me. Because some days I feel like a strawberry, I'm like, wow, look at me. I'm juicy, I'm ripe. And then other days I feel like a cantaloupe. And we all know her. She's a Debbie Downer self-pity queen. But we all have those days. It's okay, you know? Adored the meatballs, adored dessert. Lasagna was okay. I'm giving this meal an 8 out of 10. We're at the halfway mark officially, girlies. Are we having fun? I am. For my Wednesday dinner, I got a kids menu pizza. And I also got some toasted raviolis as my appetizer. And a chocolate lasagna covered in this chocolate goop by Gwyneth Paltrow. So when I parked, the lighting was perfect. The sun was behind a big juicy cloud. And the moment I set the food up, the sun came out and ruined the lighting. This doesn't look good. I mean, I am glowing though. And I am 9 months. I guess if I stay behind this little column in my car. Column? What is this? Ancient Greece? No, wait, that's the Colosseum. I don't know history. Anyways, you might be thinking, Timmy, another kid's meal? Yes. I want to try Olive Garden's pizza. This is the only pizza they have, so we're going to taste test it today. And I did get another set of fries. Don't judge me. They were so good yesterday. Oh. So good. I feel like Kristen Wiig in Bridesmaids when she's having a diarrhea attack and she's forced to eat the Jordan almonds. Crunchy. These are horrible. This is a different location and I don't know what they did, but these are completely saltless. They taste stale. They taste like they've been cooked in old rancid oil. These are disgusting and I'm so upset right now. Look at the inside of that fry. Look at that gray color. It's giving Beth from Little Women when she got her piano for Christmas and she was too weak to play it. Anyways, let's try these toasted raviolis. I feel like I've tried them in the past, but I don't remember what they taste like. We have some marinara. I think they're filled with Miss Sausage, or should I say Mr. Sausage?
What is going on?
Let me eat some more. We don't want to waste, and I have to give it a fair chance. Those aren't good. You know what? I gotta say, I don't know if I'm a fan of fried pasta. I don't think that pasta works with breading. Adding crunchy breading on top of pasta just makes the pasta feel chewy. Now, I still have to try the fried lasagna and the fried ziti, but these fried raviolis are not fun to eat. Second of all, the filling tastes like canned pig. It tastes like really ultra processed pork meat paste. It does not have a sausage flavor. You know what it reminds me of? Jigsaw. Doesn't he have a pig mask? It just reminds me of that. It's that horrific. I don't taste the fennel, the sausage fennel. You know what tastes better than this? Mr. Chef Boyardee. Even if that's the most processed trash, at least it has more flavor than this. Also, did you know Chef Boyardee has a sister named Chef Girlardee? Wow. Okay, so pizza, you need to save us. Please be good. Eating this many pepperonis is kind of bringing back my past gout memories. Should I tell the story again? I'm just kidding, I'm not going to. But it is a true story. I was not joking earlier. You know, I did devour it. That doesn't mean it's amazing, but it didn't make me suffer like the ravioli and the fries. It tastes like Little Caesars. It tastes like any old cheap pizza you could find at a movie theater or a bowling alley. The crust tastes like, kind of like a flatbread, kind of, but just a little doughier. The sauce is a little too sweet, but it's fine. It gets the job done. The cheese is nice and salty, and the pepperonis are actually quite crispy and delicious. So I love the pepperonis. Overall, it is what it is. It's a cheap little pizza, but I still ate it. And I still liked it. Last but not least, we have this chocolate lasagna. Apparently, this is a new item. Lasagnas are supposed to have pasta, cheese. This has none of that. So how is it a lasagna? Is it just because it has layers? I have layers to my emotions, to my personality. Does that make me a lasagna? Maybe, actually. Also, it just came with a random little cup of white chocolate chips. Okay, just wear this like a hat. Come on. Ugh, that's a lot. Okay, wow. Why is the bottom so firm? The bottom's like hardened or burnt or something. Oh, it might be like a wafer type crust or something at the bottom. I think that's what that is. It's pretty rich. That was a lot, Robin. Have you guys seen That Was a Lot, Robin? It's an iconic viral video. There's this hairdresser and she sounds just like Shailene Woodley and she looks just like her too. Love Miss Shailene. Anyways, she is doing this lady's hair and the lady's name is Robin. And Robin starts to go off about the other employee having to do her hair and not Shailene. And Shailene is like, Robin, this is my salon, Robin. I'm sorry, but that's just how it's gonna be, Robin. And then the plot twist happens. Robin almost attacks. She goes like this, she goes, huh, watch out. And Shailene's like, Robin, this is my salon, Robin. You have to go. I am not doing your hair. And then Robin's like, please, I've been stressed out. And Shailene's like, that was a lot, Robin. And it's legendary. If you haven't seen That Was a Lot, Robin, look it up. This isn't bad, but to me, it's just kind of like an overly rich version of the black tie mousse cake. That was perfectly balanced. This has too much chocolatey flavor, too many cake layers, too much mousse, and that chocolate goopy sauce on top adds way too much sweetness. It's also a bit too dense. It isn't bad, but not as good as the mousse cake. So if you're trying to choose between the mousse cake and the chocolate lasagna, I would recommend the mousse cake. This meal was mostly flops, sadly, so I'm gonna have to give it a 4 out of 10. Ooh. Thursday. Let's look up angel hair pasta. Angel hair pasta is a long, thin, rounded pasta that's a type of spaghetti. I'm just glad that the guy that named deviled eggs did not get to name this pasta, because it would have been called
Demon hair.
so dark-sided. We don't need that in our lives. For my Thursday lunch, I got the chicken and gnocchi soup. And, oh, that was so satisfying. Soup. And I also got the chicken marsala. And for my appetizer, I got the fried ziti with dipping sauces. So I've been feeling some tension between us. I have been feeling a little judged. I know that I've gotten Diet Coke with almost every meal. And I know it's full of chemicals and particles and little things you guys think isn't good for me. And I know it's not good for me. You think I don't know that? But guess what? I don't drink. I don't party. Well, I party kind of like this. Kind of like that, but I don't actually go out and party. I don't do anything like that. So just let me have this one little thing, okay? And I drink a lot of water. They actually call me the water guzzler because I drink so much of it. Oh, last thing before we start eating, guys, look at my shirt today. Life is full of possibilities. That is so true and so profound. It's almost as profound as your live, laugh, love sign in your living room. Yeah, I see it. I see yours. You're a true poet. Anyways, let's try the chicken gnocchi soup. It is the second to last soup I have to try. I see a lot of chicken, but not a lot of gnocchis. Where's the gnocchis? Oh, I found one. Okay. Is that chicken? That's a huge blob. Oh. Oh my God. Guys, was there really only one gnocchi in here? I only see chicken. That was it? Oh, I found one. So this soup is mind-boggling and upsetting. The gnocchis themselves are so tender. They're almost squishy, yet they melt in your mouth and they have a classic kind of doughy flavor. Love the gnocchis. And the broth is this like heavy cream, really salty chicken stocky flavor, sort of like a creamy chicken and dumplings vibe. Love that. I also really like all the veggies in it, but the chicken in this is actually a bit evil. I think this chicken was the villain of her chicken coop. This chicken tastes like canned chicken. Canned chicken isn't horrible, but at least it's in like little flakes. Like, you know, it's almost like tuna. You can just kind of like break it up and put it in a sandwich. This is like a stuck together blob of canned chicken. Hard, tough to eat, just disgusting. So that totally ruined the soup for me. And the fact that there were only 2 gnocchis in this chicken and gnocchi soup is extremely disappointing. You think I can survive on 2 little gnocchis? Do you think they give me the energy I need to keep up with my farm, provide for my wife Tammy and our 10 kids? That's not gonna be enough. So love the broth, love the gnocchis. The chicken is horrendous. Horrendous. Also, I feel like a lot of people don't know how to pronounce gnocchi. I mean, I do, because I'm best friends with Giada and she taught me. It is pronounced gnocchi, not gnocchi, not good night. Gnocchi. There you go. Let's try these fried stuffed baked zitis. They came with some marinara and some Alfredo sauce, which is a really nice touch because the toasted raviolis didn't come with that. I'm gonna first try by itself and then with the sauces. marinara. Oh, Alfredo. Oh, wow. After trying those fried raviolis, I expected this to be trash as well. But this is truly fantastic. First of all, I love that this fried pasta is not breaded. Like I said, I don't think breading and fried pasta works. If you're gonna fry pasta, it's gonna have to be by itself, because then the pasta itself does not get chewy, it just gets crunchy. Now the filling is amazing too. It reminds me of the ravioli filling, not the fried ravioli with that nasty sausage goop, the actual entree ravioli. It's this really, really nice, ooey gooey, cheesy filling. Once again, not grainy. There's a hint of ricotta, but it's mostly salty cheeses. And then dipped into the sauces, it just elevates them even more. I love it. I adore it. Now, I know a lot of you loved my impression of spaghetti, and I know that because I'm psychic, like Raven. I can see the future, obviously. And it made you all giggle so much. So I've decided to do an impression of ZT. Are you ready? Are you ready? Oh, Joey. Yes, Baked ZD sounds like Sarah Paulson. Now it's time for the entree, the chicken marsala. Now, every time I hear the word marsala, it makes me think of Selena the movie, because I think the mom's name is Marcella in it, and the dad's like, Marcella! Throughout the movie. So I just hear chicken marsala. Also, J-Lo was so amazing in that movie, and she's still amazing. You all need to stop coming for her. Okay, I will always adore her. And at the end of the day, she's just a girl from the block, and she orders the orange drink. If you know, you know. She's a living legend. Anyways, chicken marsala, I think, is like a mushroom sauce chicken. Now, as you guys all know, I despise mushrooms, but to be honest, this doesn't smell bad. It smells more like wine than mushrooms. And I'm just gonna avoid the mushroom pieces. If I end up eating a little bit of fungus, it is what it is. I'm a food critic, it's gonna happen. Anyways, let's just try the pasta first. Okay. And the chicken, oh, what a weird shape. It's like a massive McNugget. Okay, so I actually think the pasta is a little bit better than the chicken itself, which is kind of shocking. Oh, there's a lot of chicken, like deep within. The flavor of the sauce kind of tastes like French onion soup meets white wine, meets a hint of mushroom, but just a hint, so it's okay. It is very kind of like caramelized tasting, and it's very rich. I really, really like the sauce. Oh, it's also very buttery. Now, the chicken is good, but it's not nearly as good as like the chicken Parmesan chicken. This is more of a very lightly breaded, just slightly floured, pan-fried chicken. So it doesn't really have a fried chicken flavor. And I feel like it has a lot less seasonings within the light breading. So it's just kind of a basic chicken. And I don't know if the sauce is strong enough to elevate it, you know, make the chicken fly. But it's not bad. I'm enjoying this. I'm gonna give this meal, I think, a nice 6 out of 10, because this was good, and then the soup was a massive disappointment. So yeah. For my Thursday dinner, I got some spinach and artichoke dip, and it came with these little crusty crackers. And I also got a steak, which came with fettuccine alfredo, and some tiramisu for dessert. Okay, so it was just raining a lot. I think the sun's coming out now, though. Hey neighbor. And the Olive Garden employee girly, I'm gonna call her Olivia, she walked out in the rain. She was not running, she just calmly walked, and she gave me my food, and she was smiling the whole time, and I was like, I'm so sorry about the rain. And she was like, oh, it's totally fine. She was wonderful, and I just want everyone to know that this human being walked through the treacherous weather for me and my stomach. I feel like that's really commendable. Anyways, I gotta be honest, guys, I'm feeling a little... Hey, bro. I'm feeling a little tired, and I'm feeling a little annoyed. I'm kind of in a mood, and I know everyone always says, Timmy's always so happy, he's a ray of joy in this horrible, dark-sided world, and I love that, but the truth is, I'm just like everyone else. I don't know if the week of pasta is making me tired. It might be all the extra carbs, and I was a little annoyed at this YouTube comment that was like, it wasn't rude, but it was like, Timmy, you're always making Disney content now. I miss all of your restaurant content. So I went to see if I've been making too much Disney content, and it turns out I've made like 2 Disney videos out of my past 8 videos. I feel like that's not too much. I just want to make you guys happy. I'm sorry. I just started overthinking it, and now I'm in this kind of caca mood, but we're gonna move on, guys. Okay, we're eating Olive Garden for a week. We are grateful to be here. So yes, let's just refresh. Let's refresh. Yes! So first things first, let's try the spinach and artichoke dip. Look at these gorgeous crackers. At first I thought they were like little fried pastas because Olive Garden loves to fry up some pasta, but no, I think it's a cracker. We have a lot of dip here. This is very heavy, guys. Okay, girlies, imagine if I choked on artichoke dip. That would be tragic, but also kind of like fate. I've had much better spinach and artichoke dip, to be honest. It is overly salty, and you guys know I love salty food. Give me all the sodium, make me swollen. Who goes there? But this is too salty even for me. Also, it tastes like stuffing. I'm not sure if it has thyme or celery salt or something in it, but there is a stuffing flavor in there. So think super salty Parmesan cheese dip meets stuffing. Smashed together. That is the vibe. And these cracker things are quite delicious. They're definitely fried because they're very oily, but they don't have an oily flavor. They're like extra crispy pita chips. So yeah. Next up, let's try this steak. So I got it medium, and I'm just gonna eat it like a hockey puck because I do not have the correct cutlery for it. So let's dig in. Wait, hold on. Oh my goodness. What? Oh. Also, it came with a side of Alfredo, and it would not let me pick any other side, so it's fine with me, whatever. What is this happening to me? Let's go. Oh my goodness. I gotta be honest, I know being a cook at the Olive Garden is probably a very high stress job. Giada's probably a very fierce boss, but this steak is not cooked the way I wanted it. I asked for medium. I think this is more medium well. Correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, there's some pink in there, but the texture is giving medium well, but that's not a huge deal. It still tastes decent. It does have a nice amount of garlickiness on it. I'm not sure if it's garlic powder or actual garlic chunks. Actually, I think I see some garlic chunks there. That is quite authentic. See, Olive Garden really is just a little old mom and pop shop, you know? So I love the garlic flavor. It is well salted. It is seared on the edges. I just wish it was more seared, and I wish it had much more of a crust. There really is no steak crust. And like I've said before, steaks need a crust to taste really good. If a steak doesn't have a crust, I feel like it's always gonna be slightly mediocre. That's just my unprofessional, uneducated, never went to college, never went to culinary school, was homeschooled and barely did the homework opinion. So texture's not great and flavor overall could be much better, but it's not the worst steak ever. It's really not. And I already critiqued the Alfredo a couple days ago. It's fine. I wonder if the steaks are imported from Italy. Italian cows don't say moo, guys. They say, oh, that's a spicy meatball. Come on, stevia. So sweet, so delicious. I'm gonna pause on this. Let's try the tiramisu. You guys know that I don't drink coffee. Part of the reason why is it's bean water. Why would I want that? Bean water? I want my beans put into chili, not grinded into juice. Also, I don't need caffeine. I mean, Diet Coke has caffeine, right? Maybe I do need it. But also, I just don't like the flavor, okay? That's a very valid reason. I don't even have to make up other ones. But what I do like is the flavor of tiramisu. And I know it tastes like coffee because the lady fingers are dipped into coffee right after they finish playing piano. Anyways, this looks fantastic. There's a big, thick layer of, what's this cheese called again? Is it mascarpone? Mascarpone? I think it's mascarpone. That texture. The coffee flavor is strong, and typically the mascarpone is a little sweeter to balance out that coffee flavor. But here the mascarpone is barely sweet. The balance is just off. You know, if this tiramisu was in the Olympics, walking on the balance beam, it would fall off, break its ankle, crack its nose, and shatter its tailbone. It just has the worst balance. So I think I'm gonna give this meal, once again, a 6 out of 10. Nothing was bad, but nothing was amazing. Tomorrow's the final day. I think that my physical body will be happy when the challenge is over, but I feel kind of sad. I'm gonna tiramisu Friday. It's the last day. Let's look up bow tie pasta. Okay, so it's actually called farfalle, like mignon. The name comes from the Italian word farfalle, which means butterfly. You're telling me the whole time this was a butterfly, not a bow tie? Maybe it's a butterfly wearing a bow tie. Oh, Oh, girl, I feel the competition already. Just because you're a butterfly with a bow tie doesn't mean you can take my man, the black tie mousse cake. Keep your dusty wings away from him. For my Friday lunch, I got the pasta e fagioli soup, and I also got the lunch portion of shrimp scampi and some fried lasagna, aka lasagna frita. So thanks to the shrimp scampi, the whole car smells like Ursula's fart. No, more like Ursula's burp. Maybe she did both at the same time. Maybe she furped. But either way, it smells like Ursula air. So guys, I'm feeling a lot better. I slept amazingly last night. I'm no longer irritated. And look at my shirt. This is the finale shirt, guys. Garden Girl. Let's try this pasta e fagioli. I think it's pronounced fagioli. I'm assuming. Because if it was pronounced any other way, I would feel very attacked right now. What's even in this? It has beef, beans, and pasta in a rich tomato broth. Oh, I love that. Finally, Zucchini got the hint. She can't sit with us. Look at these little noodles. They kind of look like, it's hot. Wait, I'm taste testing it before taste testing it. They kind of look like little teeth. That's fun, it's dentist themed. Yes. That was so hot, my eyes just watered. That's kind of a miracle. A lot of you don't know this, but I do have dry eye. I'm not being sarcastic. I actually have severe dry eye, so the fact that this soup brought liquid to my eyes is remarkable. This is good. It's giving Italian chili, and it actually kind of reminds me of Wendy's chili, but a little more fresh. I think it's the beef that tastes like Wendy's chili, and that's not a compliment because Wendy's beef and the chili honestly tastes like leftover burgers, and I think I have heard that it is leftover burgers. That is not confirmed, I just heard that. So this is kind of giving leftover Baconator, but otherwise it's really delicious. The broth is very, very tomatoey. There's a lot of tomato paste in here, and it really brings those chili vibes. Now, instead of cumin and chili powder, I can taste oregano and basil, you know, like the Italian flavors. And I like that a lot. The beans make it heartier. Is it the best soup ever? No, but it's good. Next up, let's try the lasagna frita. Once again, it came with Alfredo sauce and marinara. This is the final fried pasta appetizer that I have to eat. And they've been hit or miss. Ravioli was horrible. Ziti was incredible. Let's see how this is. Is it gonna give me layers of exciting flavors or layers of despair and distraught? Let's see. Wait, this is meat sauce. This is not marinara. Hello? Oh! That's where it's at. Alfredo. You know, I pride myself on being able to say that I was wrong. And you probably think I'm about to say it right now. But the truth is, I wasn't wrong. My taste buds were. Blame them. You guys know I'm a mother to thousands of taste buds. And while I am proud of some of them, they can really disappoint me sometimes. Sometimes they don't meet my expectations as a parent. I have a life plan for them, and sometimes they say, no, I'm not doing that. I'm crazy, I'm rebellious. This is one of those moments. They were wrong about, my taste buds were wrong about the fried pasta being breaded. It did not work with the ravioli, but it does work here. It does. Somehow the lasagna noodle did not get chewy. That only happened with the ravioli. And that might be because ravioli pasta is a little bit thicker. And that's not a bad thing. I'm thick. I mean, look at my thighs. They're quite juicy and gorged, but I don't think that works with fried pasta. I think the pasta has to be a little bit thinner so that it can really blend in with the breadcrumbs when it gets fried and just become one crispy coating instead of crispy breadcrumbs on top of a chewy pasta. Am I making sense? I'm rambling now, I'm sorry. I'm very passionate about pasta shapes. Like the butterfly with the bow tie, I hate her. Very passionate about that. Now, the filling is a little simple. When I first took a bite without the sauces, I was like, okay, it's just kind of like the cheesy ziti type of filling. But once you dip it into the meat sauce, the whole thing comes to life. There's a sausage flavor in the meat sauce, which is just phenomenal. It all works so well. It's so delicious. I adore this. I adore you. Mi amore. Lasagna, you're fried to perfection, and your breadcrumbs crumble on my tongue. They make me so happy. You are everything to me. Fried lasagna frita. I love you so much, my beautiful Lita. Last but not least, shrimp scampi. You guys know I don't love seafood, but I can handle shrimp. Shrimp is the most tolerable seafood by far because it is the least fishy. I still do struggle with the texture though, because typically it's giving styrofoam. It's giving Best Buy TV packaging, you know? It has tomato. It has little pieces of asparagus. Love that. I'm gonna stink tonight. I'm gonna get some pasta, shrimp, and asparagus. Let's go. Come on, crustacean. Let's get crusty. Oh, by the way, this is the lunch portion. I think it's a pretty good size. Once again, half the price. It's actually not fishy at all. The shrimp is a little less chewy than other shrimps that I've had. I think that they're perfectly cooked. They don't have a lot of flavor, but that's better than having a seafood flavor. You know what I mean? You win some, you lose some. That's baseball, right? Overall, the sauce is very light as well, but it does have a nice lemony flavor and a buttery flavor. But that's about it. So if you really like a simple, citrusy buttered noodle, I think you'll love this. By the way, can shrimp swim? I mean, I know they're from the ocean, but I've never seen them actually swim because they don't have fins, they don't have legs, they don't have flaps. What do they have? A tail? Maybe it's like a propeller, like a helicopter. I don't know. Or maybe they just don't swim and they sink to the bottom and they just lay. Anyways, I think I'm gonna get... Why does that happen to me? I think I'm gonna give this meal a nice strong 7 out of 10. Yes, we have one more meal, guys. Oh my goodness. For my final Olive Garden dinner, I got some gorgeous wrinkled calamari, and I also got this build your own pasta. Looks like soup, but it's not. And a gorgeous Sicilian cheesecake. Ooh, j'adore. Don't mind me. The paparazzo, they were chasing me down the street and left me a little shaken up. Okay, so it's the final meal of the challenge. I'm so excited, I'm hungry, but I do feel like I look a mess. Do I not? It's just been a long week. I haven't shaved. And when I don't shave my head for like a while, you can start to see the very thin patch, which is actually just the whole top of my head. It's one big patch. And I like to keep it a little more trim just to give the illusion that I choose to have a buzz cut, you know? So just don't mind my appearance. Now, I do have the lid on the calamari because I took the lid off for 1 minute and the strongest odor filled up my whole car. This is now the fishmobile. I thought the shrimp scampi stunk a little. This is 10 times stronger. So I'm a little nervous to try it. I think I have had calamari in the past. I used to think it was octopus, but it's squid. Right? Squid is like octopus's cousin that's not as well known, but a little more fierce. Okay, I think I'm gonna actually crack a window open. I'm not joking. Just to let some of it out, you know? Oh! I'm just gonna open up this little sauce, whatever this is, and I'll grab one piece at a time and then close it. Okay, we're safe. Okay, the sauce smells like tartar sauce meets Big Mac sauce. I don't know. Okay. It truly smells so much fishier than it tastes. I don't dislike it. Just like the shrimp, it's really not fishy at all. I'm kind of shocked. The breading tastes like onion ring breading. So it has that saltiness, a little bit of a garlic powder flavor too. But instead of the onion, we have a piece of marine life, which just doesn't really have much flavor. So it's overall not bad. It's like an onionless onion ring, you know? But I have to say the texture is quite chewy. It does sort of remind me of a balloon. And that makes me think of the scene from It Takes Two with Mary-Kate and Ashley. I think Mary-Kate or Ashley taste tests an escargot. And she's like, it's chewy. And then she's like, it tastes like a balloon. So I'm just gonna seal it completely because of the smell, save it for later. Guys, this has got me thinking about science and biology and things like that. Aren't there like giant squids out there, like in the oceans? What if this calamari used to be a giant squid? I mean, I know the pieces look small, but what if the squid was like, sis, that's just the tip of my pinky, okay? Enjoy it. There's so many possibilities in this vast universe. Speaking of that, I created my own pasta. Do you know the kind of skill it takes to create your own pasta? Call me Thomas Edison because I'm an inventor. Light bulb who? I put together quite the combo. Angel hair pasta to keep the light-sided vibes, you know? And I got the 5 cheese marinara sauce with grilled chicken because like I said before, I'm a health nut. They put so much sauce, by the way, like wow. This is almost like a 5 cheese soup. For some reason, the Fifth Harmony sauce tastes a lot different on the angel hair pasta compared to the 5 cheese baked ziti al forno. Al forno, yes. On the angel hair pasta, you know what it tastes like? So when I make spaghetti at home, I get a little lazy. I get the canned stuff like the jarred, I get Prego, whatever. But I always add extra Italian seasonings, extra salt, a little bit of sugar maybe, just to spice it up a little bit, right? And I always add tons of the powdered Parmesan cheese. I'm talking the trashy stuff, like the fake processed stuff that just comes out of the shaker. It's like in the green thing. Is it by Kraft? Kraft makes everything now, not just American cheese. They're coming for Parmigiano Mr. Reggiano. I get that good old trashy stuff and I literally pour it onto my spaghetti. I cover it so much it ends up looking like the Grinch's mountain all crooked because it's just covered in snow. And then I mix it up and it gets this really salty fake Parmesan cheese flavor and I love that. This tastes just like that. This tastes like marinara sauce with tons and tons and tons of cheap powdered Parmesan cheese within it. So I actually love that. The angel hair is really tender, really nice, really straightened, really curled, really blow-dried, you know? And the chicken goes particularly well with this 5 cheese sauce. Something about that plain grilled chicken flavor with the strong cheesiness works. Last item of the week, the cheesecake. Now, this is not a Philadelphia cream cheese cheesecake. This is a Sicilian cheesecake. That's what the menu says, so I'm sure it's actually from Sicily. It's a pretty big slice. We have some strawberries. Pour those chunks on, yes. I'm craving dessert right now, guys. Oh my gosh, I'm so ready. Ooh. Mama. I gotta say, that's a pretty strong cheesecake. You guys know cheesecake's one of my favorite foods in general. This one does taste classic, but it also tastes very high quality. It's just sweet enough. It has just enough cream cheese tang. The texture is absolutely perfect. It's dense, but not too dense. It feels hearty though, so we love that. The strawberries taste super fresh and juicy, and the crust is a bit crispier than your typical cheesecake crust. It almost has the texture of like a Cheez-It or something, like a giant Taco Bell Cheez-It. Exactly. You know what I'm talking about. Fantastic. So I think this final meal 8, I'm giving it a very strong 9 out of 10. Yes, I went there. Wow. Girlies, if you watched this whole thing, I just want to say thank you so much. It truly means the world to me. It is the easiest way to support me in my whole career. And the fact that you watched me eat pasta for an hour is really iconic. Your attention span must be sickening, queen. I love you guys so much. I'll see you next video. Like, subscribe. Bye, girlies. Mwah.